News and 6, 3 reporters with brand new stories right now on the WHAS11 night team getting ready. The I-65 construction work is underway on top of it and underneath it.
Once they close the interstate down completely, it's going to be really rough to get around.
We asked the executive director of the giant St. James Art Show, are they concerned about the 2-year project? And then, starting over.
You know, do we need to do a major overhaul? I think yes, but it needs to be well thought out.
Ongoing frustrations with people standing in line for hours just to get a Kentucky driver's license. Also new on the night team, keeping an eye on Louisville judges who go soft on criminals. A brand new group is out to educate voters with campaigns about the judges to pick for the bench. Right now on the WHAS11 night team. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us here at 11 o'clock tonight. I'm Doug Profit. We begin with a breaking story just into our newsroom about 15 minutes ago from Louisville Metro Police. Police now giving new details about the death of a 5-year-old boy. This all started yesterday at about 3 in the afternoon. Metro Police 2nd Division officers responded to the 2900 block of Conestoga Avenue. You see the red dot on our map here. And they found a 5-year-old boy in critical condition due to a fall, according to Metro Police. The child was then taken by EMS to Norton Children's Hospital. Police now say due to the severity of the victim's injuries, the homicide unit assumed control of the investigation. The 5-year-old little boy died from his injuries today. We're just now learning from police again about 15 minutes ago. And they say their investigation is ongoing pending the results of an autopsy. Also new here at 11, hold on to your patience as long as you can, Kentuckiana. The great I-65 construction show is now officially underway. Now, here's I-65 right now here live at 11. This is the Muhammad Ali exit downtown. This coming from our Trimark camera. Things moving pretty well. The entire project at the moment will stretch from downtown Louisville to the Waterston over the next 2 years as the state is going to replace the aging bridge overpasses on the interstate. Now, with 3 major tourist events between September and October drawing Derby-sides crowds, WHAS 11 night team's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Aspen Hester talking to the folks with the St. James Court Art Show.
The concrete's off and the steel is moving. The beginning of projects surrounding Interstate 65 in Louisville. This one at the off-ramp bridge over Floyd and Liberty Street started August 25th, replacing the bridge deck driving surface and installing new barrier walls. Elsewhere in Old Louisville, roads are closed in preparation of a 2-year-long project. 3 bridges are being replaced. The one over South Brook and Kentucky Streets, Hill Street, and Bradley Street. At First and Kentucky Streets, the road is blocked off to the overpass here even before construction has started, right next to the Heiser Hearing Institute and homes that line the street.
Yeah, and it started like at 5 o'clock this morning. I saw some trucks come in first thing and they were putting their barricades up.
Michael Logston lives where the construction will begin.
Now with construction, that's a different game right there because they're definitely going to be doing a lot of demolition work, and that might present a problem right there, but I think it's something we can deal with.
He watches vehicles turn around and bicycles disregard the closed signs. Logston is most concerned about traffic.
And I'm hoping they coordinate better because this is actually, for 2 years, we're going to have to deal with this. Because once they close the interstate down completely, it's going to be really rough to get around.
In a month, more construction will be underway, just in time for the St. James Art Fair, the first weekend in October.
Our artists are from 40-plus states and Canada.
Executive Director Howard Rosenberg says they heard from the city about the construction. Looking at a map of it nearby, he's not worried about the crowds.
It's going to be closed over on that way by the expressway. So that will cause people to have to divert in order to get to the show, but they'll still be able to get to our parking, street parking. They'll be able to get here, and we anticipate them getting here.
Rosenberg holds the strong belief people will drive the construction maze to get to St. James, as they have for 69 years. In Louisville, Clarice Shaley, WHAS 11 night team on your side.
So once again live, a good view of I-65 north and south right at Hospital Curve. You see the hospitals there off to the left. Traffic moving well on I-65. This is at the Muhammad Ali exit. Again, all work on the great I-65 construction project is expected to be finished halfway through the year 2027. Going to be with us for a while. Get ready. WHAS11 News returned to Valley Station today after the breaking news we told you about right here on the night team last night at 11 o'clock. A 17-year-old boy is dead after a shootout with two other teenagers at a Valley Station apartment complex. We are now taking you inside a neighbor's apartment. Take a look. That's a bullet hole in her walls. Also bullets slamming right into appliances, causing damage throughout. LMPD describing it as an exchange of gunfire. Both sides got shot. And 18-year-old Jeremiah Robinson is charged with murder and assault. One of the neighboring families described the chaotic scene.
These kids are just kind of out of control out here doing whatever, and there's no consequences, and you just don't never know when something could happen to you out here. You just hope that they continue to make the right decisions when I can't be with them.
Robinson's expected to be in court tomorrow. WHAS 11 News, of course, will be there. And all new tonight, a new group called Louisville Judges Watch has now formed to make sure our local judges are holding criminals accountable. Launched in response to the August kidnapping in Linden of a mother and her two children by a repeat offender who only served a fraction of his sentence. WHAS 11 Night Team's Alex Dieter has been talking with two families tonight who lost loved ones to violence.
He was jack of all trades.
Lonnie Bard was 62 years old when police say 6 teenagers robbed the father of 5 and then beat him to death in 2018.
Was kind of quiet at first, timid, shy. Then once you got to know him, he was always dancing.
Jose Munoz had just turned 25 when he was shot and killed in a Louisville Olive Garden in 2019.
I thought it was due to crime, due to time.
Years later, their loved ones are left wishing there was more accountability for the people charged in their deaths. Accountability now at the heart of a new grassroots initiative called Louisville Judges Watch.
Now's the time that we shine a light and have a coordinated effort to elect judges who are ready to help the community feel safer, that criminals are held accountable.
Created in response to public concerns that local judges are sending dangerous offenders back into the community, pointing to the August kidnapping of a mother and her 2 children in Linden. The mother was also stabbed.
When you have a repeat criminal offender at the time who was only sentenced and served a fraction of their original sentencing, that's just not acceptable.
Donna Munoz says the man charged with the 2019 murder of her brother Jose was found not guilty in 2023.
You've got people doing pettier crimes, getting life sentences, but you have someone else that just took it upon themselves to give someone else a death sentence, and some of them go right back out to the street.
Lonnie McCrae says 5 of the 6 teenagers involved in her father Lonnie's death avoided prison time with a plea deal. The 6th teen was found guilty of manslaughter and robbery and sentenced to 18 years behind bars.
There was a total lack of accountability when it came to those kids. It did not do anything for the criminal, the community, or our family. There was no justice served.
A daughter and a sister keeping their loved ones' stories alive while fighting for accountability. In Louisville, Alex Dieter, the WHAS 11 Night Team, on your side.
By the way, we have more information on how you can get involved with Louisville Judges Watch on our website, WHAS11.com. Right now, another story that's brand new on the WHAS 11 Night Team. You know, getting a driver's license or just a renewal in Kentucky, as you may know, has not been fun at all. People have been waiting for hours in lines. But now there's growing support to return the process back to the counties. WHAS 11 Night Team's Jose Alonso and photojournalist Levi Hammer are talking to the Bullitt County Judge Executive, ready to bring it back home.
They will take a 2-hour and 15-minute drive and go to Somerset to get their real ID.
Judge Executive of Bullitt County, Jerry Summers, says their fiscal court recently passed a resolution supporting a change over how Kentuckians get or renew their driver's license.
We are a community of over 80,000 residents, and our folks need that opportunity without having to leave this community.
Judge Summers says residents of Shepherdsville either have to drive an about 30-minute trip north to the regional driver's licensing office in Valley Station or an about 30-minute drive south to Elizabethtown. The big debate is whether the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet should be relieved and give the job back to the counties.
You know, I've got a letter from the circuit court clerks that circulated around when they said they didn't want to do it.
Republican Senator Jimmy Higdon of Lebanon plans to introduce legislation that could bring the job back to circuit court clerks or county clerks.
They're more willing to do it, especially if we did it for renewals only for right now. And that would help a whole lot. You'd still have to go to the regional office to get your real ID.
So this administration and KYTC never asked to have it, but that was thrust upon us by the General Assembly by law.
This issue was also on Governor Andy Beshear's radar.
We've worked to adjust. We're hiring more people. For a while, we had temps that has not worked out. We need long-term, better paid individuals in these facilities.
We also asked Summers what it means to possibly flip the system back over.
It's sort of like the Cracker Barrel sign. You know, you learn from your experiences, and if you have to take a step backwards after you've taken two forward, then it's a good thing, because people's times are valuable.
The debate on who will take on this problem will continue in Frankfurt. In Shepherdsville, Jose Alonso, WHAS11 Night Team on your side.
Now, where does all this stand at the moment tonight? Republican Representative Savannah Maddox of Kentucky is also pushing for legislation in the House. In a statement, she says, quote, "We're one step closer to fixing Kentucky's failed driver's license program, with Bullitt County joining the rapidly growing list of counties and judge executives who support moving licenses back to the local level." End quote tonight. Right now, new at 11, Louisville leaders are turning to other cities for answers on homelessness. Tomorrow night, more than 1,500 people will be filling the Louisville Palace in downtown Louisville to watch a documentary called Beyond the Bridge, a solution to homelessness. Mayor Craig Greenberg and Milwaukee housing officials will be here in Louisville, and joining a panel after the screening. Tonight, we spoke with Louisville's Coalition for the Homeless about the lessons from Milwaukee.
A couple cities have really made incredible progress, Milwaukee being one of them, where they, over the course of 5 years, reduced their unsheltered homeless number 90%. What does that mean? That means they have the fewest number of people sleeping on the street in anywhere in the country right now. And I think that's an example that we really need to look at to see how can we emulate.
Doors open at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon at the Louisville Palace on 4th Street. There is still space available for you. You can get your free tickets at louisvillehomeless.org /beyond. And if you'd like to help this effort, you can also visit the link on your screen. That's metrounitedway.org, Home for Good. More local news from the WHAS11 Night Team right after this. Our in-depth report on why a medication meant to help drug addiction is heavily regulated in Kentucky.
And ready for more showers and thunderstorms? We have a cold front just off to our northwest that will bring rain to Kentuckiana tonight and into your Thursday morning commute. We'll take a look at the hour-by-hour and 7-day forecast that's coming up after the break. Today's Kentucky Lottery jackpots: Mega Millions, $336 million, Powerball up to $1.4 billion.